Good morning, welcome back to the channel. So it's been a couple weeks now, so a lot of stuff's been going on lately behind the scenes, and not that most of you really even care, but you know, for me, again, I've said it before, videos for me are kind of like a way of, you know, venting, expressing myself, you know, kind of just things to do. I don't know, I don't have anybody else to talk to really. I've got people around, but not in the sense that I would, you know, like, so I got you guys instead, which is fine. You know, it's one thing. But life's been hectic, and for the hopefully better, and also, you know, things go south for the worse. Because I feel like, you know, I am in a weird position in life right now. You guys know a big part of my channel is transparency. I don't pretend to be somebody I'm not. I don't try to be somebody I'm not. And I don't put on a front that I have more than I do, because what you see in my videos is exactly as I film them. I am too lazy to go ahead and, you know, make up this whole facade of things I have or don't have. Like what you see on the BMW, it's a nugget, but it runs good. Same with the S2000, same with the Integra that's still kicking. And, you know, so with that transparency, I like to just be forward with my life and, you know, the things that are going on in it. So, again, things have been kind of hectic. I haven't been filming a whole lot lately, mostly because I'm not going to lie. I had, I think, 2 comments lately or recently, and they kind of got to me a little bit, and I understand why, but they were basically saying that they preferred the Integra content over my day-to-day content, which got me thinking a little bit. And you know, I've been making videos for 7 years. I'm only at 24,000 subscribers. Some people think that's pathetic. Some people think, oh, you know, whatever. Again, if I ever make it decently on YouTube, so be it. I just enjoy making content, so I'm not too stressing about it. But because of that, I do take into consideration what people want to see. And also, I've said it before, with how busy I can be here, and I am a one-man show. I'm the one that answers my Instagram messages on both my personal and my business page. I do, you know, the little bit of emails I get. I do the other social medias. I do the TikTok, you know, the Facebook stuff. I'm the one that has to go to the car meets to put my name everywhere. I'm the one that does all the work. I do the scheduling. I do basically everything. So it's a little challenging, and I don't have time to film every single thing. And I know that because of not having enough time, my videos can get pretty, you know, pushed together, kind of boring, because I'm not putting out super interesting, fresh stuff. And that's where, you know, when I have time, I like to try and do the B-roll stuff and make it a little bit more artsy. So that's why I haven't been uploading much lately. And then for the drift event, I, again, had so much fun, but I was waiting for footage that I thought they had more of. Thankfully, Colin down at Turnstile, their media guy, he did give me the clips finally, so I'll post those right here.
While Ethan's getting his mass sensor, our boy Chris over here is leaving. You're heading out of here, Chris?
Yeah, it's a 2-hour drive home, so gotta make sure the car makes it home. It was just shakedown for, you know, building the car, first drift event, so yeah,
Not too bad.
I still have tire. I don't know how. Like, I brought 4 because I thought I would burn through them in the first session, but I don't know. Facebook Marketplace tires for the win.
All right, we'll see you later.
Yeah, thanks for having me out with you guys. It was great having the caravan, so I didn't have to feel alone.
Yeah, of course. Let us know if you want to go again.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there wasn't as much as we had both thought. He had, I think he had mistaken me for his, for the other E36 that was there. He got footage of them and stuff. So any footage I'm happy with nonetheless, because I was stoked. I was fortunate enough to be able to meet some good group of dudes to go down and drive with. But nonetheless, yeah, life changes, update you at shop. We might have found one, still not positive on it yet. We have the guys that put in the lifts going on Friday, today is Tuesday, to go inspect to make sure that there's room to fit both lifts. My concern is that I have all this stuff here, like all of that, whereas the other guys just have the 2 toolboxes, and they're big boxes, and I plan on buying a bigger box because this one's overflowing, you know, good problem to have. But yeah, it's not a huge shop by any means. So I don't know the square footage of this one, and I forgot the square footage of the other one. But, you know, praying that something comes up with that. And then other life change is might be getting a house here soon, my own, which is absolutely terrifying and awesome to think about. My fiance has been wanting to get something for a while now, and she's been putting in the footwork doing that. because I don't have income, quote unquote, so I don't really pay myself through the business yet. I don't honestly know how. I don't fully understand owner's draw and stuff like that. I don't know. But I also don't feel comfortable enough taking money out of the business yet. So with that, I've been surviving off of, you know, my YouTube money, which is like $200 a month. And then whenever people do like smaller jobs where people pay cash or like Apple Pay and stuff, I'll just, you know, do my stuff off of that. My fiance and I, we're very good about just splitting everything down the middle. It's not his or hers, it's ours. And we just kind of do whatever. So, yeah, I don't know. I just went off on a tangent and I totally mind blanked. Good Lord. I am just toasted, but not in the way that you guys think. Oh, house. Yeah. No. So might be getting a house. Amazing, but just to throw into there as to why also like life is hectic right now is because potentially new shop, potentially homeowner. I went back to my day job for a day a week for now because I needed a cushion. I need to get an accountant. I've been established as a business more or less. I've had my LLC for a few months now, and I need to start getting taxes and stuff situated, so I wanted to have a cushion. So even a couple $100 a month at a day job is going to give me hopefully money to pay for, you know, a decent accountant that I can just run the numbers to. I got to get more into the bookwork stuff, but there's so much that goes on to it. But you know what? I just want to give you guys, you know, a little heads up. You know, I thank every one of you for sticking around if you're, you know, watching this far into the video, because, you know, analytics are showing that nobody really cares. But, you know, maybe I'm just talking to a camera at this point to talk, but it gets things off my chest, and hopefully any of you that watch it can relate. You know, life is hectic for all of us right now. I completely understand that. I'm just thankful to be in the position that I am. Even this little bit, the taste of success that I've been able to have the last 2 years doing my stuff has just been incredible. Like, I'm so thankful. And then getting to the drift stuff now, you know, once I can get some more money where I can really get into the drift stuff, it's going to be awesome. Because right now I'm just trying to keep the car alive, and, you know, actually I'm doing a pretty bad job about that. So that's kind of what we're picking up in this video. Let me explain what's going on. Obviously, you notice that the car is up on the lift, and nothing crazy. You know, it's just when I bought the car, one of the maintenance things I was going through and doing was serpentine belt, and then when I put the new belt on, it flung it off right away. So it turns out the alternator that was on the car was the wrong one for the car. Now, it bolted up fine, but there's a couple different style alternators for these BMWs, and the one that was on there, the pulley, was way different. So it stuck out of line from everything else. So I found this one on Marketplace. Dude was like, yeah, it stopped working on my car, but I was just like, whatever, I just need to see if this is the right style so I know what I need. It is. And then so I ran this. It was $5, and I've been running it for the last like 2 or 3 months. And, it's worked. But then after I got home from my drift event the other night, I happened to be going to the gym, I think. And then I noticed the battery light kind of flashing a little bit, like on and off, like dimly. So I was like, it's kind of weird. And then it went away. So then it did it the other day because I did the quick release install, that short little video. So that's looking toasty. But when I was turning the key on to turn the wheel, it was doing the same thing when I had it idling. So I checked the voltage. It was at 12 volts. So alternator shot. Hopefully have one coming. So that's more or less why it's here. But for the sake of the video, I don't know if I showed you guys, but I built a little titanium intake for it. So anybody that has these cars that's going, that follows me, I'm going to be making a batch of these because I think they're awesome. And anyway, so today, one thing that I have to do to the car is, you can see I am running this Sparco, this fixed back bucket seat. Now, I got that one for free from a buddy of mine for trading some labor. And, it's fine at the track I just went to because Musselman Honda Circuit in Tucson really has no tech inspection per se. I mean, they honestly had me fill out my own tech sheet and then just double check that I had like a helmet and a battery tie down. But one of the things that isn't going to fly at the other track out here, which is Wild Horse Pass, to my understanding, is they're pretty strict. I don't fully understand it from a safety perspective, but with a fixed back bucket seat, they require you to run a harness. So if you have a harness, obviously you have to have a harness bar at minimum with the drift stuff. With the road core stuff, they require you to have a roll bar. So with the drift stuff, harness bar is just fine. So nobody really makes a good one for the BMW. I think there's one or two, but why would I spend money on one when I am a fabricator myself? So I got my laptop. That's what I got here today. That's why I brought it with me so I could make one. So we're going to be focused on just making a quick little harness bar on this thing today. And I already did the rest of my maintenance on this thing yesterday. I put in a new GUI bowl on the drive shaft because mine was pretty trashed. And I think that might be part of the reason why I keep on breaking that back diff bolt. Now right now I have a new Garagistic one in there. They sent me one. I sent them the old one back so they could study it. But and I even have a bigger M14 one ready to go in for when this one breaks. I can drill that diff out, then I can put a bigger one in. But in the meantime, it's holding up, so we're just going to leave it alone. So you're caught up on my life now. Hopefully you've made it this far into the video. Now let's get started on this thing. I'm going to sip some coffee, and we'll get cracking on it. So I think I figured out how I want to do this. So let me show you in the car really quick. So this is the factory setup here for the BMW. This is the adjustable seat clicker, so I can't build off of that because then the harness bar will move, which, you know, would be fine if this locked in the medium positions, but, you know, it doesn't. It only locks the top because that's where it's going to slide forward to. So what you can do is, this is the mechanism, and when you unbolt it from here, you know, you have all that open space. But to bolt it in, they actually have these shouldered T40, I think this is like an M10 125 bolt. So the way it works is, you can see it spaces itself there. So I'm thinking what I can do is just make a piece of sheet metal that just copies the mounting style of this guy here, and then just widen up the middle portion here a little bit to fit the 1.5-inch tube that I'll be using, and then just bolt it up like stock, since the bolts have the shoulder to fill the gap, just like that. So I think that's going to be, you know, pretty solid. So I'm gonna have to change the design slightly, still keeping those base plates, but I do need to add tubes that come off of it, because I need it to be able to have distance in between for the harnesses to sit. And if I did it, you know, most efficiently, it'd be a really crazy angle of a notch, or of a cut. So this is kind of what we're looking like. I need it's about 50 inches across, and I need about 44 inches in between the bends. So that's kind of like what we're looking like shape-wise, and that's not necessarily long enough, because where I'd have to notch it, it'd be a very, very freaky angle, which I could probably do, but I think for simplicity's sake, I may just, you know, throw tubes out on these plates. So just have a straight tube that comes off right here, and then that way the harness bar itself is just a U shape. That'll make it pretty easy, just 2 90s, 2 straight notches, should be easy. So let's go ahead and measure that angle that the B pillars are sitting at, because it's not a straight 90 degree. We'll measure that, take it off a 90 or whatever, and then we'll just cut, you know, some 1.5-inch tube that's, you know, I don't know, 2 inches long, 2.5 inches long, that just pokes out. We'll cap them, and it'll look good. All right, using this protractor, I was able to find that the angle that I need is about 25 degrees, so I've gone ahead and marked it onto the tube. So this is the angle of the cut here. Focus. Maybe. Yeah, so 25 degrees. And I'm going to use my Portaband. I just bought this thing recently. I didn't show it on camera, nothing, but been needing one for awkward cuts like this. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. because of my inability to show you in the car because I don't have the light in there and it's kind of awkward, I went ahead and I already measured this. So again, my measurements were to be 6 inches down from where those other tubes were. So we're measuring from the bottom of this tube up. That would be 6 inches there. Same with this mark here. I already went and looked at it, and it is right where I want it to be. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to trim to about a 1/2 inch above each of these lines, cut it with the bandsaw really quick, and then we're going to go ahead and use the tube notcher, and we can just do normal, 0 degree, i.e. 90 degree notches, and then that thing should be good and should fit right up where I want it to. What you guys just saw was me hand notching this because I realized after I did that last clip that I could not fit this in the tubing notcher because there wasn't enough stick out. So unfortunately sometimes that happens, and that's why you can't rely on the tube notcher always. So it's been a minute since I've notched tubes by hand because I don't do custom tube work all that often. But I got it decent. I'm gonna clean up just a little bit more, but that's good enough for me to TIG it, to be honest. So I'm going to give it a test fit really quick, make sure it's level, and then as long as it's level, I can go ahead. I'm going to tack it in the car because the angle is going to be really funky, but I'll use the MIG welder for that, but I do want to TIG weld it, so yeah, that'll be easy. Harness bar is done and it looks really freaking good. I'm pretty stoked on it. Take a look. Looking pretty darn solid. The lighting in here is terrible inside the car, so I apologize, but put a badge right there in the middle, and yeah, we're like right in height. I measured it to be about, on the driver's side at least, it's right about like 7 degrees, so you ideally want to be within 20 degrees of vertical height or downward for the harness shoulder straps. So the passenger seat might be a little low. I'll measure that here in a sec, but the driver's seat at least is perfectly fine. But I mean, that's pretty much it. Now I just gotta wait for an alternator to show up. Hopefully tomorrow. It's coming from Tucson. My buddy Marco's bringing me one because they got a shop down there that rebuilds them. So they apparently had one in stock that's supposed to fit. So we will see about that. But yeah, harness bar is looking mint. Yeah, after that, freaking just about ready for the event. Hopefully this weekend. I really hope we can go. And then Mang from Threes Racing just texted me earlier. He invited me out to go drifting with those guys. They're hosting an event at Apple Valley Speedway in California. If I can find a way to get the car out there without driving it out there myself, because it's 6 hours, I want to go drift at that because that'd be awesome. That'd be really, really awesome. So if you guys want to, attend that, keep an eye out for him. It's going to be on my birthday, which is December 17th, and I'm really, really trying to get out there. That'd be so awesome. But I mean, other than that, that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. I don't have much else going on. I'm stoked on that thing, and yeah, I just gotta go borrow some harnesses right now from Ryan. So I'm gonna do that and catch you guys on the flip side. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to help support the channel, go pick up a VRF shirt. I'm gonna start working on a winter one here pretty soon, and hopefully you guys dig it. So do what you love, but the rest. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.